All right, boys, we're here with the break number 404. Just pulling it up real quick. You know, we ain't got my man Cal out there in the front. We got to get him out there for good luck. This is Legacy Football. It is 6 hobby boxes. Let's say I know originally the interest was supposed to put 5. The autograph number is wrong because I put it as 5 because I thought it was a 20-box case. It was a 24-box case. So I was doing a quarter case at a time to kind of keep the price a little bit down so it's not like $300 for the Steelers or whatever. Probably be more than that, actually. Probably be more like $500 for the whole case. So I was trying to keep it down so that it's kind of like you can take your chance on the teams you might want to collect, and if you don't hit, it's not the end of the world. You have a chance to get them again, or if you do hit, you hit. And great luck. Good luck to everybody in this one. Obviously, my man Cal Ripken Jr., Project 2020, Ben Baller, Charm City. Doing a nice rub on the 6 boxes. 2 autographs per box. There is, I believe, 4 parallels in each box. There are Rip It cards. The Rip It cards, if you want them ripped on camera, I'll rip it. Whatever team has the card, the face card is who it will be. Even if you rip it, like let's say a Joe Montana Rip It card comes up, it's the 49ers card, and then let's say it's a Cowboys card afterward, it's still going to go to the person on the 49ers, just whether or not you want to rip it on camera, or you can rip it off camera, but yourself, I'll send it to you. It doesn't matter to me one way or another. Where's the box cutter at? I'll just say, I just wanted to bring that up because there are Rip It cards, so it's not like if you wanted to rip it on camera, I would give that card to somebody else. The card for the Rip It cards, whatever the original Rip It card is, just some people want to see it right away on camera. I know some people asked about it. They got in the break, more than one person, so I figured I would mention that. I will rip it on camera. Like I said, if it's a Joe Montana card and the 49ers in this case is Ryan Hummel, it'll be his card no matter what the inside card is. It would still be his even if it was another team. The card wouldn't change hands at that point because literally you could have it sent to him and it would be his card and nothing could be changed. I wouldn't take that away from him. For just wanting to share the thrill of a Rip It card with everybody else in the break group kind of thing. Get your autograph guesses and you get $10 break credit if you get an autograph guess correctly. It's 8 cards per pack. There is 16 packs in a box. So I'll do them 2 packs at a time. I do not think. I think you're in the other one, James, because this is the first one that was posted. I think this was pretty. This was already full minus like 2 teams when you rejoined the group because Facebook kicked you out. We got Jalen Hurts to start us off. Going to have Chase Young, Ty Law on the Legends, Andre Rison, Legends, Drake London for the Falcons, Trey McBride. Oh, got a little baby card already. We're going to have Mike Evans, 113 out of 125 on the little baby card here. Going into the Buccaneers. Slide him into a top loader here. I must say these little cards are pretty ridiculous. I might actually have, I think I have T200 or 206 top loaders and sleeves. Let me go see if I have some. Hold on one second. Oh, wait. Oh, you are in this. Hold on, I made the screen too big. My bad. Oh, the Commanders are cut off in the picture. Hold on. Let me fix that. You are in it. Why did that happen? Yeah, you're right. You have Washington. Hold on. When I screenshot the picture, I cut off Washington by accident. My bad. I'll fix it real quick. There you go. Sorry about that. Normally I have the Commanders up higher up. I put them as Washington this time because whatever list I used for the alphabetical order was Washington, so instead of the Commanders. Let me go see if I have T206 for that little card. Hold on. I have them somewhere. I don't know where I shifted the plastic to. I will take the Mike Evans and any of these other cards. I'll put them in a T206 at the end. I'm not going to try to put them in regular top loader because I don't want to bend the card or get it stuck down there. We have Mike Ditka for the ages. Kirk Cousins. Joe Mixon. The Legends Mike Singletary. Joe Montana. George Pickens. Rookie. Andre Booth Jr. We are going to have a Trevor Lawrence 4 out of 100 going to JJ. On the T-Law. The Decade of Dominance 2000s Champ Bailey. Javonte Williams. Got Trey Lance, Tyreek Hill, Jerome Bettis on the Legends, Anquan Bolden, Treylon Burks for the Titans, Kobe Bryant for the Seahawks, Christian Watson for the Packers. On the Chrome, going to John Albrecht. Waller, Mooney, Barkley, Curtis Martin on the Legends, Dallas Clark, Sam Howell for Washington. He actually looked really good in preseason so far. Jermaine Johnson II, got a Fred Taylor Time Machines. Just insert for Fred Taylor going to the Jaguars. One of the most underrated running backs in my personal opinion. Jones, Tua, Amon Green, Eli Manning, Derek Stingley Jr. We're going to have Dameon Pierce. Looks like the Packers are going to get the first autograph, and it's going to be Christian Watson on the Chrome rookies for the Packers from North Dakota State. There has not been any Raider hits yet. We're still in the first box in the first couple packs, though, to be honest. We got Drew Brees, Patterson, Smith, Eddie George on the Legends, Mangold, Traquan Norton, Carson Strong, and Randall Cunningham for the Philadelphia Eagles, 12 out of 50. Going to David Stemple. Time Machines, Randall Cunningham. Man, I think Randall Cunningham would tear the league up. We have Dak Prescott and Troy Aikman on the Generations. Got Deebo Samuel, Travis Kelce, Matt Ryan, Michael Vick, Barry Sanders. Got Khalil Shakur, Drake Johnson, Under the Lights, Chris Olave, Robert Quinn, Galladay, DeAndre Swift, Ricky Williams, Ed Reed. Going to have Pierre Strong Jr., Hassan Haskins, Jerome Bettis, Timeless Treasures. Timeless Talents, my bad, not treasures. Olave's going to the Saints. These are them damn packs that are like impossible to open. Got Joe Burrow, Zach Wilson, Jim Kelly, Atwater, Wan'Dale Robinson, David Bell, Scary Terry McLaurin on the refractor for the mini card. Once again, like I said, all mini cards, I'll get them in a T206 with a proper sleeve after this. So they're somewhere in my basement. I started to pack everything up because the HVAC should be done for the shop this week, and I just got to get some electricity spliced, and I can move everything over to the shop and start breaking over there. We got Flipper Anderson for the ages. We have Brendan Cooks, Mike Evans. I have Shannon Sharp on the Legends, Rondé Barber, Kenny Pickett going to the Steelers, Jones Jr. Jones Jr. Jones Jr. We have Russell Wilson, first time in a Broncos uni, 172 out of 299. Going to the Broncos. And Tyler Reyes. The 70s Decade of Dominance, Earl Campbell, going to the Tennessee Titans. We do have another one of the same breaks up already for this. It's like halfway filled. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kyle Pitts, Dalvin Cook, Brett Favre on the Legends, Keyshawn Johnson, Daxton Hill for the Bengals, Garrett Wilson for the Jets, Daxton Hill on the Chrome, or as they like to call it, Opti-Chrome. TJ Hawkinson, George Kittle, Bo Jackson, Kuechly, Jeremy Ruckert, Kenneth Walker III. We're going to have a 20 out of 35 Trey McBride to the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals belong to Adam Pistella. Well, I believe, unless I didn't see the pictures, where I recently got engaged, so congratulations that she didn't say no. No, congratulations, buddy, on the card, as well as having a fiance. We got John Elway on the Time Machine. Look, I had to propose 3 times. You know what? 2 divorces, but at least I didn't say no beforehand. Just because. We have Matthew Stafford, Elijah Moore, Aaron Rodgers, Clinton Portis, Jerry Rice. Got Breece Hall for the Jets, Jaquan Brisker, Aaron Rodgers on the Time Machines, Davis Mills, Fournette. I have Drew Pearson, Brian Urlacher, Ramiro Dubs, Christian Watson. We're going to have a 80 out of 150 Legends, Peyton Manning. Going to the Colts. And JT Hare. For the Ages, Cooper Kupp. Justin Jefferson, Nick Chubb, Miles Sanders, Legends Warren Moon. I have Ken Houston, Bailey Zapp. Actually, he didn't look that bad, Bailey Zapp, in the preseason. We got George Karlaftis, Kenneth Walker III on the Omnichrome. Going to Derek Noble and the Seahawks. Oh, we get some more. I thought I grabbed some top loaders. I guess I didn't. I should have the personals list done tonight too that I'll post, and it'll be a Google Doc, like an Excel type Google Doc that then you guys can. I'll try to keep it updated as much as possible. We got Nick Bosa, Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Randall Cunningham, Peyton Manning, Dotson, McDuffie, and Christian McCaffrey on the Timeless Talents. I don't think Christian McCaffrey's a timeless talent. Dude can't even stay healthy. But sure. All right, let's get into the second box here. There is another football break. Just has 2 quarterback teams. The Bears and the Bears and the Jets are the 2 teams that are open. Take both of them, I'll give you a deal. I know that John McCulley said that if someone takes one team, he'll take the other. So that would close up that break pending everybody having settled their teams. We got Alvin Kamara, Chris Godwin, Joe Montana, Ty Law, Drake London, Trey McBride. Where's a nice one right here? 9 out of 35, Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback. Under the lights, former LSU man, obviously going to the Houston Texans. And Adam Pistella. Got Reggie Wayne, Aaron Donald, Christian McCaffrey, Barry Sanders on the Legends, Mike Singletary, George Pickens is going to Rookie of the Year right here, boys. Calling it right now. Dude's a dog. Andrew Booth Jr., actually a bulldog, and he's just a straight-up dog in general. 159 out of 199, the second best safety of his era behind Troy Polamalu. We have Ed Reed going to the Ravens. On the Legends, orange. The Ravens belong to Eric Greco. For the Ages, Wes Welker. Dak Prescott, Deontay Johnson, signed that extension with the Steelers. Carson Wentz. We have Dallas Clark, Jerome Bettis, Evan Neal, big boy alert, Isaiah Spiller, Dak Prescott under the lights going to the Cowboys. Keenan Allen, and Mark Andrews, Mac Jones. Legends right here, Andre Rison. Curtis Martin, Sam Howell, Davis Price, and Generations, Justin Jefferson and Randy Moss. I'd say a better Generations card would be Justin Jefferson and Chris Carter, but that's just my opinion, since Carter spent his whole career with the Vikings compared to Moss, who bounced a couple teams after the first 6 years of his career. Devin Singletary, Devontae Adams. Adams is a Raider, not a Packers, just so you know. It's a Raiders card. I know his jersey's the Packers, but it's going to the Raiders. It says on the side, too, traded to the Raiders. We got Phil Simms, John Elway, Sky Moore. Speaking of the Chiefs, Aiden Hutchinson's a funny man if you watched Hard Knocks. But I'll say, speaking of the Chiefs, got Matt Corral here, 46 out of 75. Matt Corral here on the 46 out of 75. Going to, who do you go to? The Panthers. DK Metcalf, Timeless Talents. Ryan Tannehill, Cooper Kupp, Anquan Bolden, Chris Carter, Jordan Davis, Chris Olave, Shannon Sharp on the 253 out of 299 going to the Broncos. On the Legends. DeMarcus Ware, Time Machines. Adam Thielen, Myles Garrett, Najee Harris, Deuce McAllister for the Saints, Fouts, Danny Gray, my bad. Alec Pierce, we have on the cracked ice yellow, Jahan Dotson, 1 out of 10. Going to the Commanders, and James Clements. Dotson. Brady. Eckler. Brown. Randall. John Randall, that is. Carson Palmer. David Ajaba. Matt Corral. And 90s dominance, Brett Favre for the Packers. Just the base Brett Favre. He said, dare to tear coming. Kyler Murray. Stephon Diggs. Matt Judon. Rondé Barber. Jim Kelly. Wan'Dale Robinson. David Bell. Have Decade of Dominance, Jason Witten for the 2000s. DK Metcalf, James Robinson, Ken Houston, Shannon Sharp, Kenny Pickett. Velus Jones, Kyler Murray, Timeless Talents, 104 out of 125. Behind that, we're going to have a Jamal Lewis, Timeless Talents. Going to the Ravens. Kyler Murray did an interview about him not being like a big player, so he has to know the playbook super well or whatever else. I was just laughing. Such a little person. When they were talking about like he doesn't even know the playbooks or whatever. We got A.J. Brown, Derek Carr, DJ Moore for the Panthers, Luke Kuechly, Brett Favre, Daxton Hill, Garrett Wilson, Trent McBride on the Opti-Chrome rookie. Opti-Chrome, I should say. Going to the Chiefs. CeeDee Lamb, TJ Watt, Michael Pittman Jr., Steve Atwater, Bo Jackson, Jeremy Ruckert, Kenneth Walker III, and for the ages, Nick Foles when he catches that touchdown pass in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. For any Patriots fans in there, not a great moment for y'all. As a little mini card comes flying out, Cooper Kupp for the Rams. Joey Bosa, Josh Allen, Eddie George, Ahmad Green, Derek Stingley Jr., Pierce, Sean Alexander, Timeless Treasures, Taysom Hill, Micah Parsons. I have Keyshawn Johnson, Nick Mangold, Tyquan Thornton, Carson Strong. We have a Mike Vick, 67 out of 100 to the Falcons. On the Legends. Going to Ant Martin. Mike Vick. Then we're going to have Tony Gonzalez, Time Machines for the Falcons. Chase Claypool, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry. We got Ed Reed, Mike Vick, Khalil Shakur, Drake Jackson, Under the Lights, Kyler Murray on the Chrome, Damian Harris, Ezekiel Elliott, Eli Manning, Ricky Williams, Pierre Strong Jr., Hassan Haskins. We have David Bell for the Browns. Going to Steve Samiego, part of the closing teams. We have 2000s Dominance Brian Urlacher. Dominance Brian Urlacher, I should say. That is the second hobby box down. Got dots in there. have Lockett, Mahomes, Ed Reed, Michael Vick, Kyron Williams, Jermaine Johnson II, Isaiah Likely, 109 out of 299 going to the Ravens, and Eric Greco. On the red border, got Time Machines, Joe Montana for the Chiefs, David Montgomery, Eli Manning, or that's Daniel Jones, not Eli Manning. Jerry Jeudy, Eli Manning, Ricky Williams, Brian Robinson II, Jerome Ford, Jeremy Ruckert for the Jets. Going to Tyler Reyes. Let's see if we can get something nasty here. Seems like so far in the hobby box you get one numbered autograph and one base autograph. Knock on wood. Maybe we'll get two numbered here. We got Russell Wilson, Darius Leonard, McLaurin, Montana, Ty Law, Theobald, Lloyd, Frank Gore. Talking about time machines. That dude played forever. So we got DeAndre Hopkins, Waddle, Barry Sanders, Singletary. We have rookies, Burks, and Kobe Bryant. Darnell Mooney, and this is going to be an 80 out of 125 on the orange mini card. And we have Generations, Travis Kelce, and Gonzalez. Tyreek Hill, James Conner, Kuechly, Favre. Got Sauce Gardner, Jameson Williams. Have a 4 out of 125 Champ Bailey for the Broncos on the Decade of Dominance 2000s. One of the best cornerbacks drafted by the Redskins, played for the Broncos for a while too. We got Deebo Samuel, Timeless Talents, Deshaun Watson, who is going to the Cleveland Browns, Justin Fields, Cameron Jordan, Andre Rison, Curtis Martin, Malik Willis, Tyler Batty, and then we have Romeo Dubes, 1 out of 25. I don't know why this is. I don't know what the difference is. Why is one out of 10? The other one's out of 1 out of 25. I'm not sure what they look the same. Well, Cracked Ice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the difference is. I thought we were gonna get another out of 10, but this one's out of 25. Going to the Packers and John Albrecht. I couldn't explain why one's out of 10 and one's out of 25. The borders look the exact same. I'll have to go and look and see what the difference is on the checklist. They're both yellow, Cracked Ice. I'm sure the 1 out of 25 and the 1 out of 10, they'll give you what the colors are, and they're probably close in color. Got Trevor Lawrence, Antonio Gibson, Josh Jacobs, Eddie George, Ahmad Green, Kyle Hamilton for the Ravens, Cook, Adrian Peterson, Howard, Jamar Chase, Johnson, Mangold. I have Likely, Desmond Ridder. You have David Ajabo, 76 out of 149 on the orange, going to the Ravens and Eric Greco. He's hurt till at least the middle of the season, but I think he's going to be pretty nasty in the Ravens defense, unfortunately. We have Decade of the Dominance, Ronnie Lott for the 80s. And not only the Ravens have a better front seven than they already could potentially have. Their secondary is pretty good on paper. They can stay healthy, so. Last thing you need if you're in their division is for them to be able to pressure the quarterback too. But that's why they took a flyer on him and drafted him late, hoping he comes back healthy from his injury. You've got Jalen Hurts. We got a Treylon Burks for the Titans in here. Going to Steve Samiego. Chase Young, Ken Houston, Sharp, Drake London, McBride for the ages, Alvin Kamara, Kirk Cousins, Joe Mixon, Peyton Manning. It's Warren Moon, George Pickens, Andrew Booth Jr., Malik Willis, nice hit for the Titans, 111 out of 150. Going to Steve Samiego on the Malik Willis. He reminded me a little bit too much of Vince Young in the preseason game, but he looks super athletic in camp. Looked athletic in the preseason game. We have Terrell Davis, Decade of Dominance, 19 in the 90s here. Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, Trey Lance, Atwater, Bo Jackson, Trayvon Walker, John Mechie, Kyler Gordon for the Bears on the Opti-Chrome. Going to Nathan. Darren Waller, Darnell Mooney, Rondé Barber, Jim Kelly, Sam Howell, Jalen Tolbert, Brian Robinson Jr., 82 out of 100, going to the Commanders, and James Clements. Washington football team. Tony Dorsett on the Time Machines. Like I said, we do have 2 baseball breaks up and another football break. If anyone wants to see anything else broken tonight. Devonta Smith, Aaron Jones, Tua, Fouts, Pearson, Stingley Jr., Pierce, Phillip Rivers, Time Machines, Dalvin Cook, Patterson, Palmer, McAllister, Thornton, Strong. We have another Trevor Lawrence parallel. It's going to be 115 out of 299 for the Jaguars. And JJ. And then we have Justin Herbert and Dan Fouts for the Generations, Chargers. I mean, there definitely is veteran autographs in here. Just last year, I know I pulled a Bill Romanowski out of Legacy, so. Deebo Samuel, Travis Kelce, Matt Ryan, Jerry Rice, Cunningham. We have Shakur, Jackson, George Pickens on the Optichrome for the Steelers. And Tom Scarberry. Quinn, Galladay, Swift, Urlacher, Portis, Strong Jr., Haskins, and Pat Mahomes on the timeless talents. So we're halfway through. 3 boxes in here. We have a Justin Herbert baby card here. On the orange is going to be a 21 out of 125. On the Herbie. I'm going to just actually open all these packs and grab them by handful to see if it goes a little bit faster, because doing a 2 packs at a time is taking a while. I'm going to try to see if we can find a little bit of a better rhythm here. I think the biggest thing too with these is the cards are like all flipped. They're not all the same way, which is cool and helpful, I guess, but also kind of annoying. I will grab out any little cards I see when I'm opening the pack if I notice it right away, because obviously those can fall down pretty easily. Anybody watch Hard Knocks, the first episode with the Detroit Lions? I thought it was pretty interesting, to be honest. It's gonna be a pretty good season of Hard Knocks. I don't know if anybody's into the show or not. I just think the Lions coach is just great, terrific. Their coaching staff is like filled with a bunch of like guys that were like very good players. Like none of them are Hall of Famers, obviously, but a lot of good, solid starters in the NFL are coaches on their team, so it should be interesting. Yeah, Deuce Staley, Antoine Randall, Mark Brunell. There's a lineman from the Browns that's one of their coaches. I can't think of his name right now, but he played guard for the Browns. All right, we got Stephon Diggs, Judon, CeeDee Lamb. Got Phil Simms on the Legends, John Elway. Got Sauce Gardner, Williams, Rondé Barber for the ages, Robinson, Kyler Murray, Anquan Bolden, Chris Carter, Walker, Mechie the third. We have Velus Jones Jr. for the Bears. Just the base. Yeah, Aaron Glenn. There's a couple other guys too. Mark Brunell's the quarterback's coach. I think I mentioned that already. 1990s dominance, Warren Sapp. Sutton, DJ Metcalf, Clark, Bettis, Howell, Tolbert. We have a Herbie, 137 out of 150, Justin Herbert for the Chargers. And Matt Eason. On a little nice color match on the yellow right there for the Herbie. Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, Chase Claypool, Taylor, Jerry Rice, Cunningham, Burks, and Kobe Bryant. We have Dameon Pierce on the orange. That's going to be a 49/149 for the Houston Texans. Texans belong to Adam, who's having himself a nice break. Joey Bosa, Josh Allen, Harris, Urlacher, Clinton Portis, Kyron Williams, Johnson II, Chris Carter, 90s dominance for the Vikings, Hill, Parsons, Dan Fouts, Pearson, Robinson II, Ford, Jonathan Taylor, timeless talents, Derek Carr, Moore, Palmer, McAllister, Hamilton, and Cook. And we're going to have the Carson Palmer Legends, 134 out of 199 on the orange, going to the Bengals. And a Tom Scarberry color match here on the Bengals. Legends Carson Palmer. Bob Lilly. Patrick Mahomes, Hopkins, Reed, Vick. Pierre Strong Jr. Haskins. You got Jerry Jeudy on the red. 177 out of 299 to the Broncos. And Tyler Reyes. Got Eli Manning, Daniel Jones, Jerry Jeudy, Lockett, Eli Manning, Ricky Williams, Stingley Jr. Going to have Pierce, Bailey Zapp. Antonio Gibson, Josh Jacobs, Montgomery, George Green, Thornton, Carson Strong, for the ages, Justin Tucker, where he kicked that 66-yarder, doinked off the crossbar. Then we have Howard and Jamar Chase. Trevor Lawrence, Keyshawn Johnson, Nick Mangold, Daxton Hill, Garrett Wilson, the 2000s decade of dominance for Brian Dawkins, Tyreek Hill, which is going to the Chiefs. They don't have him traded to the Dolphins here on that card. We got James Conner, Kuechly, Favre, Ruckert, Walker Jr. We got a Mac Jones for the Patriots, and that's going to be numbered 33 out of 100. The Patriots belong to Steve Samiego. Little off center on the green at Jones here. Timeless Treasures, Keyshawn Johnson. I have Deshaun Watson going to Cleveland Browns, Justin Fields, Cameron Jordan, Andre Rison, Curtis Martin, Drake London, McBride. Have the Chrome Under the Lights, Kayvon Thibodeau. Thibodeau's a giant, right? Darius Leonard, McLaurin, Joe Montana, Ty Law, George Pickens, Booth Jr. Have our second David Bell autograph. Going to the Browns. And Steve Samiego. So 2 David Bells. I have Fran Tarkenton on the Time Machines. Waddle. Russell Wilson. Barry Sanders, Mike Singletary. Shakur and Jackson. Chris Olave. Going to the Saints. Joe Burrow and Boomer Esiason for the Generations. TJ Watt, Pittman Jr., AJ Brown, John Randall, Tony Romo. Got Likely, Desmond Ridder, and Sky Moore for the Chiefs. And that is the 4th box down. I think that went a little bit better whenever we opened all the packs. I know it's a little bit stale when I'm opening the packs, but I think that went a little bit smoother. Yeah, I think Thibodeau is going to be good. I really think it's going to be an interesting NFL season. I think with all the defensive talent that came in the league, I think it actually is good. Like, that there was a lot of defensive talent that came in to the league in this draft. To be honest. Next year, the quarterback draft class is supposed to be ridiculous, though, so we'll see if that ends up holding true or not. Thought there was a mini card in there right there, but there wasn't. There has not been any Kenneth Walker autographs. There has been some, like, I think the Stingley Jr., that's a pretty big autograph. I think a Jabo is going to be a monster, as mentioned. We got a Nick Bosa mini card here. But we haven't had any real, like, big offensive guys. We haven't had, like, a Pickett or a Malik Willis or any of the big wide receivers yet, autograph-wise, I should say. David Bell has a chance to be something decent, but... And McBride, I mean, McBride can be good in that offense that they have over in the Cardinals. And again, in the NFL, you just never know. A guy just kind of needs an opportunity sometimes, and it could be nasty, so... Let's get rolling here. We have Tony Gonzalez on the Time Machines. Najee Harris, Davis Mills, Ed Reed. Legends, Mike Vick, Pierre Strong Jr., Haskins, Phil Simms, and that's going to be a 20 out of 100 for the Giants going to Matt Hogue. Pack of top loaders here. Got For the Ages, Nick Foles, George Kittles, Edwards-Helaire, Pitts, John Randall, Tony Romo, as I shoot him across the table. My bad there. Isaiah Likely, Desmond Ridder, Kyle Hamilton under the lights. Joe Burrow, Zach Wilson, TJ Hawkinson, Phil Simms, John Elway, Ahmad Gardner, which is a.k.a. Sauce Gardner, Jamison Williams, Time Machine Reggie Wayne, Brendan Cooks, Mike Evans, Anquan Bolden, Chris Carter, Travon Walker, John Mechie, Treylon Burks for the Titans. And that's going to be a 29 out of 75 on the rookie mini card. Going to have for the ages Wes Welker, Nick Chubb, Sanders, Dallas Clark on the Legends, Jerome Bettis, Sam Howell, Tolbert, Keenan Allen for the Chargers. And that's going to be a 72 out of 299 going to Matt Eason. Decade of Dominance, Urlacher for the 2000s. Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, Andre Rison on the Legends, Curtis Martin, Drake London, McBride. We got Jordan Davis on the Opti Chrome for the Eagles. Elijah Moore, Aaron Rodgers, Bosa, Montana, Ty Law, George Pickens, Andrew Booth, Sean Alexander, Timeless Talents. He kind of fell off after a few good seasons. We got Godwin, Andrews, Mac Jones, Rondé Barber, Jim Kelly, Kenny Pickett. Going to have Jones Jr. and Travis Kelce and Tony Gonzalez on the Generations. Christian McCaffrey, Kamara, Keenan Allen, Ken Houston, Shannon Sharp, Bailey Sapp, Karlaftis, Joe Montana, Derrick Henry, Aaron Donald, Peyton Manning, Warren Moon, Dotson, McDuffie, Stephon Diggs, going to be a 91 out of 150 on the yellow, going to the Bills, and Chris Arndt. Number 1 wide receiver for the Bills, Adrian Peterson, Marquise Brown, Thielen, Myles Garrett, Eli Manning, Ricky Williams, Derek Stingley Jr. Got Damian Pierce. I'm not sure why this was turned over. Kobe Bryant on the Chrome. Tom Brady, Eckler, Eddie George, Amon Green, Thornton, and Carson Strong. Then we're going to have an autograph, Khalil Shakur. Going to the Bills, and Chris Arndt. The auto. 2000s, Jason Witten, Devin Singletary, Devontae Adams, Keyshawn Johnson, Nick Mangold, Daxton Hill, Garrett Wilson, Jamal Lewis, Tannehill, Cup, Kuechly, Brett Favre, Jeremy Ruckert, Kenneth Walker III, Saquon Barkley, 20 out of 199 for the Giants, and Matt Hogue. Time Machines, Frank Gore, and Dak Prescott. We got Deontay Johnson, Carson Wentz, Steve Atwater, Bo Jackson, Wan'Dale Robinson, David Bell, Kyron Williams on the Chrome. Leonard Fournette, Matt Stafford, Barry Sanders, Singletary, Shakur, Drake Johnson. Then we got Danny Gray, 46 out of 149. Going to the 49ers. And Ryan Hummel. Is the 5th hobby box. We still haven't had any veteran autographs, which is always interesting. All rookie autographs so far. To me, is very interesting. The last box here. Good luck to everybody. On packs. Anybody have any big plans for the week or the upcoming weekend? All right, good luck on the last box here, boys. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Jim Kelly, Atwater, McBride, Sam Howell. Got the Sean Watson for the Browns, 172 out of 199. Dominance of the 70s, Terry Bradshaw, Carson Wentz, Tannehill, Green, Manning, Likely, Ritter. We got Traquan Thornton, 171 out of 299 for the Patriots, and Steve Samiego. So Steve getting back-to-back hits here. Chris Carter, Mac Jones, Dak Prescott, Deontay Johnson, Mangold, Eddie George, Sauce Gardner, Williams, Treylon Burks. Godwin, Allen, Andrews, Brett Favre, Johnson, Walker, Mechie the third, George and Henry Generations, Eckler, Marquise Brown, Adam Thielen, Singletary, Joe Montana, Kyron Williams, Jermaine Johnson II, Walker, the Jaguars, Devontae Adams, Brady, Michael Vick, Sanders, Robinson Jr., Ford. Got Pierre Strong for the Patriots going to Steve Samiego. But you never know with running backs for the Patriots. This guy could be an absolute monster in the regular season here. Just kind of never know what's going to happen with Patriots running backs. We'll put him to the side for right now, though. We have Polamalu, Decade of Dominance. Cooper Kupp, Singletary, Williams, Ed Reed, Hamilton, and Cook. We have T-Law on the mini card. Jim Kelly, Matthew Stafford, Elijah Moore, Rodgers, Dallas Clark, Bettis, Malik Willis, Batty, Portis, Davis Mills, Fournette, Rison, Martin, Thibodeau, Devin Lloyd, Wan'Dale Robinson, 119 out of 149 for the Giants and Matt Hogue. And I know this is who Matt's going after, is Robinson. So nice hit for Matt. All the autographs are rookie autographs in this, so that's kind of crazy to me. We got Charles. This means there's probably some good vet autographs still in the case. We got Charles Woodson, Myles Garrett, Najee Harris, Ty Law, Tony Romo, Treylon Burks, Kobe Bryant, William the Refrigerator Perry, 33 out of 100 of the Bears. For the age, this is in the Super Bowl when he ran in that touchdown, so where he's spiking it at going to Nathan. Have Steve Young, Mike Evans, Joe Burrow, and Zach Wilson. Romo, Palmer, have Sky Moore, Hutchinson, Donald Driver, Miles Sanders, Cooks, have Randall, Ty Law, George Pickens for the Steelers on the orange mini card here. And that is a 124 out of 125 going to Tom Scarberry. Jordan Davis, Chris Olave, Bo Jackson, Justin Jefferson, Nick Chubb, Phil Simms, John Elway, Evan Neal, Isaiah Spiller, Michael Vick, another Mike Vick parallel, 41 out of 50 on the Legends. One of the Falcons. We have the Decade of Dominance, the 2010s, which is Rob Gronkowski, Nick Bosa, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Anquan Bolden, Chris Carter, Kyler Gordon, and Davis Pierce. Travon Walker on the Chrome. TJ Hawkinson, George Kittle, Edwards-Helaire, Deuce McAllister, Dan Fouts, have a Joe Bay and Matt Corral. 11 out of 50 under the lights, Chris Olave, which is going to the Saints. Saints belong to Steven Samiego. Aaron Donald, Christian McCaffrey, Kamara, Jackson, Kuechly, Mechie III, Tolbert, and Dan Marino on the time machines to wrap us up. Let's do a quick recap on the break. Like I said, there's a few more breaks that are up. The other football break, if it doesn't film like the next 10 minutes, we probably won't break until tomorrow anyway, just so you guys know. But let's go over the numbered hits. There is a lot of mini card number hits as well. Like I said, I'll get them in T206 sleeves. We'll put the ones that are numbered in top loaders. I'm not going to go over them because they're in full sleeves right now. We got Chris Olave on the Under the Lights out of 50. Mike Vick out of 50. We're going to have Refrigerator Perry out of 100. Out of 299, Thornton. Watson out of 199. Ed Reed out of 199. Saquon Barkley out of 199. Out of 100, Trevor Lawrence. Going to have the Diggs out of 150. Keenan Allen out of 299. Phil Simms out of 100 on the time machines. Peyton Manning out of 150 on the Legends. Mac Jones out of 100. Jerry Jeudy out of 299. Carson Palmer out of 199 on the Legends. Damian Pierce on the Chrome out of 149. Going to have Herbie out of 150. Cunningham out of 50. Out of 299, Trevor Lawrence. Russell Wilson out of 299. Out of 150, Malik Willis. It's going to be the Decade of Dominance 2000s out of 125, Champ Bailey. Isaiah Likely out of 299. Mike Vick out of 100. Out of 125, Timeless Talents, Kyler Murray. And then out of 299, Shannon Sharp for the ones that are not on the hit board. The non-autographs on the hit board are going to be out of 25, Romeo Dubs. 1 out of 25, and Jahan Dotson for the Commanders. 1 out of 10 on the cracked ice yellows that are numbered different. I don't know what that's all about. We talked about it earlier, but yeah, they're numbered different. Let's do the non-numbered autos. We had all rookies on here. A parallel or two, but all rookies. We're going to have Pierre Strong going to the Patriots. Have Velus Jones Jr. for the Bears. Khalil Shakur for the Bills. Christian Watson for the Packers. David Bell ×2 for the Browns on the non-numbered autographs. On the numbered autos, I have Danny Gray for the 49ers. 46 out of 149 going to Ryan Hummel. Then we have Brian Robinson Jr. 82 out of 100 going to the Commanders and James Clements. We have David Ajabo, 76 out of 149 going to the Ravens and Eric Greco. Trey McBride going to the Cardinals, 20 out of 35. And that's going to Adam Pistella. We're going to have Wan'Dale Robinson, 119 out of 149, going to Matt Hogue. And Derek Stingley Jr., number 3 overall pick, 9 out of 35, going to Houston Texans and Adam Pistella. That is the recap, boys, and the break. I appreciate you guys getting in the break. Like I said, there's a whole nother legacy break up to get into the second, fourth of the case. Good luck for everybody that hit. Congratulations for everybody that did it. Better luck next time. Get that legacy filled up. There is a football Panini mixer as well that has 2 quarterback teams left, the Bears and the Jets. Get that filled up, as well as a baseball mixer and a Bowman mixer that are all up. Lots of breaks up to get opportunities to get in some stuff. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night and be safe.